and let's go and find a rock and roll man on this Friday morning. What a pleasure to connect with Hendri Hofmeyr, singer and songwriter, the front man of One Crown. Henry, good morning, buddy. Yo, I don't know when last you and I have connected. It's been a while. How's it going?
Brad, it is so good to be with you this morning. Good to chat again. It's going well with us here in
Good.
Potchefstroom,
Lekker.
and yeah, we're doing well.
Good. And how's the family and your beautiful children? Man.
Going well. I'm a proud father of four,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep us busy, bro. They keep us busy, but it's such a blessing.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I know it's been a long time since we've chatted, and One Crown have been a bit quiet. Is still you and Reno and Werner and Lawrence, or has the band changed a little bit?
Our band has changed a little bit over the years.
Uh-huh.
So we've actually moved away from a fixed band,
Ah,
and we now have a pool of musicians that join us. Everybody's lives are so busy, and everybody's pastors in different areas of the country and actually different areas of the world. So, whenever we get an opportunity, we would go to our pool, and then we've got good friends, great musos, and we form a band and we do what the Lord has called us to do.
yeah, that's so special. So is it still, I mean, good old rock like we know One Crown? I'm listening to this new song, Make Him Known, and our listeners will discover it shortly as well. It's definitely not a new sound, but it's definitely moved away from that real hard rock origin of One Crown.
Yeah, definitely. So we've made some transitions in through the years. This I would classify more as Christian pop music.
Mm-hmm.
Still guitars, still drums, but not as hard as it used to be. Listen, I think we've all gotten a little older. I still love rock music, but I think this is more for where we are currently
Mm.
as a band. We still, when we do our live shows, we still do some of the classics. We still rock it out. But this is definitely a little bit more mellow than the old stuff.
Yeah, and we'll check it out shortly. Called "Make Him Known." Just what's been happening in your life, and I know you're busy, and it's work and kids and ministry, but what's God been doing with Henry over time? Because we're all getting older, and you've been playing music for a long time, and there's a level of maturity and growth. But I mean, what's happening in you that you feel, well, this is maturing me and changing my craft and the way I write music and my life. We'd love to get an
Mm.
insight into that.
Yeah, Brad, I think the biggest role that I currently have, above being a pastor, above being a musician, above
Mm.
being a businessman, is I am a husband and a father. And that is my main calling for this season. I know that I have the privilege of leading a church in Potch, and having a lot of people in our church, and I'm really grateful for that. But none of that means anything if my children are not discipled, if they don't
Mm.
love Jesus,
Mm.
if I'm not a good father to them. So I think for me, this last couple of years have really been that transition from focusing on the outside to realizing that the Lord has called me primarily for this season for my family and my children. And out of that flows everything else. So
Mm.
so it's been a great season of really just stepping into that role, really enjoying it. Yeah, and then obviously, as a pastor of our church here, Every Nation Potchefstroom, we've really seen an amazing season.
Wow.
We've moved into a new building, and we've seen exponential growth. So the church is doing well. Business is doing well. So we're really thankful for the season that we're at. But I think my main focus for this season is really to disciple my children and be a daddy to them.
Yeah. I think what's important to mention, I think this is true for men in general, is there's this belief that we need to have balance. And I know in theory
Mm.
that sounds really good. We need to have balance. But I think if we have balance, then nothing is getting our main focus. Nothing is getting the best of us. Everything is getting a bit of us, and nothing is really
Yeah.
excelling. So I'm not one to say, our life's got to have balance. There's got to be a point at which something's got to get our attention. So I think you're displaying that right now, and a season will come when your kids are older and they set in their ways, and then God might highlight another area that requires more of Henry.
Yeah. No, I think the Bible actually makes it quite clear what the role is of parents. It's
Mm.
train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. So I just realized that I've got this window. We've got
Yeah.
this window with our children up until the age of 14 is when we can really invest in their lives, and if we do the investment well, When they're old, they will not depart from it. But I just realized that I don't want to miss this moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss this moment I have with them up until the age of 14.
Yeah, and in this world we live in, if you're not going to take that role, Henry, someone else is going to fulfill that role because that vacuum will be there, right? And then they'll start to fill it with other things that are not what you want to teach them.
Yeah, I often say that to our church congregation. I say many times parents feel they don't want to force anything onto their children. But let me tell you one thing, the enemy is busy forcing something onto your child,
Mm.
whether you like it or not. Some parents would say, no, I'm not going to bring my children to church. I don't want to force Christianity down their throat. But the bottom line is the moment you stop doing something, the enemy will just do what he wants to do.
Mm. We've got to stand our ground. Let's take it to Make Him Known, the song that we're going to be
Mm.
playing. It's energetic. It's slightly more pop than we would have thought. No one would guess until they said, "Is that One Crown?" But it sounds like Hendri Hofmeyr. What I love about that is it's a spotlight on Jesus. It's really right down to the gospel with this song, right?
Yeah. So this song has got such a funny story. So we are in a season of homeschooling our children, and we are part of the Classical Conversations movement that's got thousands of kids in their programs,
Mm.
homeschooling programs. And my kids came to me and they said, listen, all the normal schools have got like a schoollied,
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
got like a song that they sing. And at Classical Conversations, we didn't have something like that. And I said, well, let's write one.
Wow.
And I wrote this song, Make Him Known, because that's the motto of Classical Conversations, to know God and to make Him known. And when I wrote the song, I just sent it to a couple of the bandmates, and they're like, dude, this is a song. This is not just the school lit. This is not just something for the homeschool community. This thing can be a song. So we took it to studio, we recorded it, and at the end it came out nice, and we
Mm.
were like, this is gonna be a double barrel, it's working awesome for our homeschool community. This is now the song that they start the day with, but it's also actually taking off in the Classical Conversations worldwide family.
Mm.
They're sharing it and they're listening to it.
Hey.
So it's actually turned out to be a blessing to the homeschool community, but also actually a song that works well in other spaces.
Now I understand why it's got those children's voices in there. Now we see where they're coming from. Are these kids from the homeschool community?
Yes. So we took a Friday, we got them into studio, we recorded their vocals. So it was actually a project originally for our homeschool community,
Mm.
the 100 kids that's in our community. And it blew up after that.
Actually, let's just talk about this homeschooling thing because we've got a Dr. Peter Hammond who shares a Christian perspective on the news on a Friday, and he speaks very passionately about that. And this isn't dissing those who choose. I mean, my son is not homeschooled, so I understand that not everyone can or is, but that certainly is certainly in Christian circles really is something that a lot of people are pursuing.
Yeah, so the first thing I would say about homeschooling is I don't think it is there's a right and a wrong.
Mm.
If you don't homeschool, you're walking in sin. Not at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think there's obedience to what the Lord is calling you as a family to do. I grew up in the school system. I loved it, and my thought was I'm definitely going to send my children to the school system. And when the Lord started speaking to us, I was like, this cannot be true.
Mm.
I'm hearing wrong. But we really felt the Lord say that that's the journey we must take
Yes.
with our children, and we've been in it now for 4 years, and I'm so thankful because I'm really seeing the fruit in my children's
Mm.
lives. I'm seeing how we are a little bit more free from the schooling system.
Yeah.
Uh, for a guy that's a pastor and a businessman and a musician, schedule wise, the schooling system is very busy, and
Mm.
it gives us a little bit more free time
Yeah.
for our kids to learn in a different way. So we are thankful for it. If you feel the Lord say do it, I really want to encourage parents to pray into it, get the information on how it works, because there's with anything there's a good way to do it and a lesser good way to do it. But we're really thankful for the journey that we're on, and we're really seeing the fruit in our children's lives.
Yeah. One crown, eh? Pop music. I never thought I'd have this conversation when I first met Henry all those years ago, but the song is phenomenal.
I'm
And
gonna have to shave my beard, brother.
I don't know, yeah, you're going to have to. And play the ukulele. No, seriously, the song is beautiful, and the listeners will hear now. It's absolutely lovely. So is this now potentially, now you've said with the band setup and the way guys and musicians move in and play, and not only guys, you'll hear beautiful female voices in the song as well. New music coming up. Once you've moved beyond this, who knows? You could be commissioned for skoolliedere for alle skole. Who knows?
Who knows, brother? So where I am in my life now is we are taking everything one day at a time.
Yeah.
We want to walk in obedience to what the Lord is saying. Look, I love rock music, and I would definitely. This will not be the end of rock music for us. Definitely not. We are working on some new material, but yeah, I think we are diversifying
Good.
into different genres as well.
Well, let's listen to the song. Everybody's like, can we hear the song now? Someone else. Ons wil net hoor sing kindertjies. So we'll hear now. What a pleasure, Henry. It's been a while, but I'm so glad that we could pick up where we last left off. And hopefully, when you're in Cape Town again, maybe on stage or otherwise, love to run into you again. And the guys and girls, all the best. Blessings to you in this very special season in your life. Thanks for also speaking into our lives as we've listened intently to you. Have a beautiful weekend and take care of you and the ones you love. And we'll catch up again soon.
Come on, Brad. Bless you, brother.
That is Hendri Hofmeyr. And let's go and check out the